Hey everybody, Sam and Megan here, back with another Dead Mall, the Irongate Plaza, up in Hibbing, Minnesota. The Irongate Plaza was built in 1979, and they say it contained 40 stores at one time. But when we were up there was only one Joann Fabrics, and I don't think there was anything else in there really running. There was a nail salon spa, but that was closed down, I think, because of COVID. Just rolling up on the mall, you can see how desolate it looks. I don't think there's been that much activity there in the last 15 years. I can recall being there about 6-7 years ago, and they had a pet store in there, but when we were in there, it was just a party central. We actually thought walking up to the doors that it would be locked and you wouldn't be able to walk in there, but I guess you can still get into this place with it only having like one store in the center, in the very back, by the way. Yeah, there's only probably 2 people that we actually seen in the mall. One serious mall walker, and another lady was staring us down as she went into that Joann's. Like every mall that's fading, there's a couple planters, some benches, very retro looking. I believe this was a JCPenney's at one time, and now it's just an empty department store, whatever you want to call it, lot that they haven't done nothing with. I was surprised to see that these planters are half dead. It doesn't seem like anyone's been taking care of them. Most of these places were all the same, with it being gated. They were just all empty inside. I don't think, not too many of them had stuff inside. We were able to get into one of them. Later on, you'll see which one we walked into. But we started checking doors just to see if there was anything else interesting, and ended up getting into one that I believe was a jewelry store. Just looking at the past stores that were actually in this place, I see that there was like a Kmart, Man Cinema, Pizza Hut, Claire's, Vanity. I have a hard time believing these stores were actually in there. Just doesn't seem like there's enough room. And they say that the current stores are like JCPenney's, Anytime Fitness, Hibbing Foundation, Mulville Law Office. A lot of these places, I don't know if that's not current or updated on the web, but I know for a fact that there was like only one store open in here. And this is actually the center of the mall right here. As you can see, I'm just walking around aimlessly. That right there, that Joann's, that was the only place that's open. And it's funny because you have to walk like through the mall to get to the back. very, very dead inside here. There's not much going on besides benches that you could sit on. This party store that we're looking at, I believe it's shut down now, but this once used to be that pet store I was talking about. Remember, you could go in there and play with the mice, and they had snakes, and I don't know if they had little dogs in there or not. It was many, many years ago, though, and now they moved out of there, like every other business that came in. I just don't think they get enough. It's way up in Hibbing. I just don't believe that. It's not the most pleasing place to go. As you can see, you got the red chairs on the right. You know, in a gloomy place. I guess the red they've tried to paint it red to bring out the excitement in there, or try to spruce it up, you know. Basically, polishing a turd, if you ask me. I thought the outline of this store was pretty cool. This was actually the one that we ended up, or Megan ended up checking, and it was actually open. So we decided to check it out. I don't really know what it would have been. I think like a women's jewelry, you know, that cheap jewelry you can buy like at Claire's or something like that. No, actually, this department store is actually under renovation. There's actually people who are actually working inside there, and you can hear them on the other side of the wall. So I don't know if they plan on putting something in there or whatnot. I can't believe any businesses would even lease a spot at this mall anymore, but I guess they're remodeling it for something. See, this was one of the department stores that were abandoned in the very front. I don't get why that Joann's wouldn't want to move into this place. Since it was right out front, people wouldn't have to sit there and walk all the way through the mall to get to it. Plus, there's more room inside this building, but yeah, as we were walking out, we saw some baking soda sitting there. Don't know why, but I thought this was super cool. This garbage can, very vintage, retro. They tried to paint it red. Once again, they had quite a few things painted in there red, like the chairs. And I just believe it was to kind of like a picture, like if you had a gray picture, and then there was that one red thing in the picture that would draw your eye to it. That's what I believe they tried to do with this mall. Spruce it up a bit, but I don't think it's working. And the next few videos that we're going to be making, I'm going to be videotaping too. We've been kind of having issues with not being able to post up on YouTube, but they turn out really nice on Facebook when we post it there. So there's going to be 2 different videos from now on when we start filming. So we noticed that there was a liquor store when we were rolling into the mall, and Megan decided to check it. And believe it or not, it was abandoned, but it was open at the same time. There's about 30 dead seagulls in this thing. I don't know if they got in through the drive-through window and couldn't make it out. I know the glass was recently smashed on the side over there. So we thought this would be pretty exciting to film. But as you'll see, It was actually super disgusting. This place was just riddled with decay. Floors were super filled with mold. I guess she just filmed a spider in the sink. Dead birds everywhere. Glass everywhere. It stunk super bad in there. It had like just like dead animal, rotting, musky smell to it. So she didn't actually want to walk through there, which I don't blame her. So I ended up walking through here and trying to film the liquor store. And believe it or not, this place is up for sale. Some company is trying to sell it, but I think it just needs to be torn down. It's so disgusting inside there. And actually the video doesn't even do justice on how gross it was. I'm actually surprised that the mall wouldn't sit there and complain and have this thing taken down, because it actually sits right out front of the mall. And it's the first thing you see when you roll in. Some abandoned, decaying, broken window liquor store. This was that drive-through window I was telling you about. So this is where it gets really disgusting, if you can see the black on the ground. When I got back here, I ended up slipping on something, and then in my head I was thinking, was that like grease from a grill or something? But this wasn't actually like a place where they had food, it was a liquor store. So I'm guessing right here I slipped, and I think that was like black mold and like water. It was some slimy stuff on the ground. And I think right about here I started to get choked out. It started to tickle my throat, and I couldn't really breathe. So I ended up covering my face with my shirt and actually getting out of there pretty fast. And then I started hearing noises, like there's noises coming from the back, so it started to spook me out a bit. I didn't know if someone was back there or not, so I just quickly got done filming this and then ended up leaving right away. So right about here, we get back out in the car, and I just start gagging right about here, because I wanted her to get a picture of this sign in the front of the building right here. And this is right where I just started hacking, because it was so gross and so vile in that place that it was actually one of the worst places I've ever been in. And that's our video. Thank you.